let's talk about a silent killer to Fortune 500 companies. But before that, I welcome you all to HR Tip episode. In HR Tip, we share insights that we have captured by working with HR leaders, future of work practitioners, authors, and we are sharing those insights and bringing it right to you so we can create a more open dialogue and conversations around how the future of work is evolving and what an HR should do to ensure their organizations are always relevant and at the center of this evolution. So thank you so much for checking us out. If you find the content useful, I do appreciate you subscribe and let your colleagues know. And do appreciate your comments so we can add it to the conversation and make it broader for all of us to converse and act on. So today, it's a very interesting topic, right? So something that is killing Fortune 500 companies, what is that? A short answer is KPI. Before you run away, I want you to stop. Listen to the what I'm trying to say. So I had this interesting conversation with one of the chief people officer of a mid to large size service cap company, and it was a very interesting conversation. So it was centered around how they are struggling to get through the KPI, and I was telling this gentleman about a story about a company called BlackBerry, and I met one of the product heads, and he said that Vishal, we were meeting all of our KPIs. We were hitting our numbers right. But then why the company failed, right? And we all know the market changed, the whole thing, right? About BlackBerry, we know about Circuit City, we know about Blockbuster. All of them have the same story. They were trying to do the same thing. Their KPIs were hitting numbers. Some of KPIs were failing, but most of them are hitting their numbers. Then why they failed? So one of the very critical thing that this insight brought up is and which needs its own attention on its own conversation was that maybe KPI needs to be revisited, right? So if you look at the history of from where the KPI has emerged during, say, past when Frederick Winston Taylor or Henry Ford were redefining how we conduct business, redefining the modern management theories. There was a huge outcry on improving the productivity. So there were a huge outcry on understanding the process, creating these process maps, and then at some point, this idea of understanding the objective and managing those objectives and then defining key results to make sure that we are hitting those objectives was pulled into more tactical area in which we just start focusing on activity rather than the objective that is generating that activity, right? And that has sparked an enormous confusion, right? So what happened? If you and why are we seeing so much mention of KPIs even in Fortune 500 companies? It's no surprise. So if you look at the evolution of a company, right, you are a startup. In startup, you are figuring your thing out. You are just trying to figure out the product market fit is going through. And then you grow into a mid-size, right? So product market fit is fine. Now you are trying to figure out the scale. Now you're trying to figure out how much I spend and how much I'll get back. And if that math still holds. And that math holds till you are a large cap company. And at that point, you don't have to keep expanding that equation. You have to diversify, right? So during that mid stage, all you want to do is more of the same thing and expect more outcome, right? So you want to make sure that whatever I'm doing it at a cheaper price, and I'm getting the more out of it, right? That's a perfect storm for KPI. That's the perfect area where KPI would succeed. It would show its color. People start building trust on those KPIs. But the moment you grow big, right, it's already in your culture. The idea of KPI is already in the culture, and it's very difficult to take it out. But when you are grown, you are dealing at a commodity level, right? You cannot further, and you start relying on KPIs so much that many times KPI kills innovation because it is emphasizing on activity and not too much on the objective. It's a soulless metric, right? So you need to redefine, re-understand the KPIs, or at least re-evaluate the idea of KPI when you are a large cap organization. Because at your level, you are looking to expand into other verticals, right? So sure, you can argue that if I'm a large cap company, within my company it's like I have a mid cap focus areas where KPI would be fit. Absolutely yes, right? No doubt about it. But many times the core products that is generating you enough revenue for you to stay afloat, those are very commoditized, that your company itself has commoditized when you grow it to this level, right? That's the whole point. So that is extremely critical to understand that the KPI, it is a metric to understand the activity and keep a track on the activity. But at a certain level, when you're a startup or when you're a large cap, you have to focus on the innovative areas where you can exploit the premiums, right? And those innovative areas respect the idea of getting there, and doesn't really talk about how to get there, right? So there should be more emphasis on the objectivity of what you want to achieve, and the key metric that you have to make sure that help you understand and keep hopping to that activity. How you get there should not be, or should be of limited attention. So keep that in mind. That is extremely critical, because when you are a large cap, and I deal with a lot of, like, we deal with a lot of large cap organizations when we're working with Tao and talking to these individuals, it is to no one's surprise that they are also heavily relying on KPIs. And many times even it's funny, if you want to have a chuckle, go to and talk to your innovation company and talk about their KPIs. I believe you would die with laughter, that how you can put an as novel idea as innovation with the activity metric, that okay, I should be innovating 10 times or 10%, or it is funny, it's hilarious. And that is all because we are so much relying on KPI. And then people, even these companies acquire, the large cap acquires, they are from mid-size where KPIs actually worked. It's not their fault. They have seen it in action. And sometimes even your organization used to be a mid-cap. So that's no surprise that there's a credibility there. So keep a very, very vigilant eye on these funny creatures called KPI, and see what best metric. There are a lot of systems out there. I know there are OKRs, there are MBOs, there are a lot of systems out there that you could adopt. But make sure you give it a fair shake, because that is what will keep your company in existence. Your ability to respond, your ability to be innovative, your ability to do it effectively, not really your ability to act on a very soulless, objectiveless road. So with that, I hope it was useful, and do let me know your thoughts below. Love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you so much. Till the next episode, good luck and talk to you soon. Bye bye.